Welcome back, my friends. Today we're going to let go of the past. Not an easy thing to do, but we're in it together. You are not alone, and we're going to work on releasing our past with some self-compassion and, of course, some self-massage. So the first key to letting go of the past is acceptance. I'm a big fan of Michael Singer. He's the author of The Untethered Soul and other books. And he defines reality as that which has already happened. We can't change it. It's just reality. So we can fight it, but in that we have a lot of suffering, or we can accept it. It is reality. It's over. It's done. We've learned what we could. We've had our experience. We're better for it. We're always growing. We're always better for the experiences that we have, good or bad. And we move on. So we're going to try to get rid of the stories that we tell ourselves about past events, particularly the ones that were very emotionally charged. We have a lot of narratives around those stories. We think about how we'd like them to play out, how all the things that we did wrong, the things we said, the things they did, the unfairness, all of this, we're going to quiet that. Now, there's still a lot of emotion that's involved, and it's going to come up. And our tendency is to shove it back down. Don't feel it. But in doing that, we store it inside our bodies. And our bodies are really our subconscious mind. That's where everything happens that we don't think about. Our hearts beat, we breathe, our liver functions, our kidney, everything that goes on in the body is happening without our conscious knowledge. Right? And that's the same for emotions that get stored in the body. And they're stored often with some tension, perhaps some pain, perhaps some feeling of congestion or discomfort. And it's really important to be able to let that go. You're so much freer when that's out. And of course, it might come up with some pain or some emotion because that's how it went in. And that's okay. What we have to do is let it come out. Don't tell a story about it. Don't try to interpret it. Just let it go. And the way we do that is we relax. We'll relax with some self-massage, with some self-compassion. We can use mantras to sort of work our way through those emotions passing through. We can say, relax, release. Relax, release. Or we might say something like, I am present. I am safe. I am present. I am safe. All right, so it's not that we're erasing memories of the past. We'll still have the memory, but we don't have to be attached to it. We don't have to get involved in it. We don't have to have it dictate our lives or our minds or our dreams and just take over our thinking and get all wrapped up in it. It's just a memory, like any other memory. It doesn't have to evoke all the emotions that we had at the time because it's done. It doesn't live right now. We're in the present moment, and it's the only moment that truly, truly exists, right? So we're going to pay attention to the areas in the body that tend to store emotion, that tend to become tight and really kind of hold on, grip those emotions, don't let them go, try to shove them in there. We're going to try to release those areas. And again, it might come out with, some outpour of emotion. You might be feeling things. It's good. Let it free. Let it out. We don't want it in there, right? So we'll start with the throat. A lot of times our throats close up. We get very tense in the throat when we have big emotions. So just put your hands over there for a moment. Just rest them really gently. And just breathe. And just feel that space soften and open. And along with our throats, of course, it's our whole neck area. Tight necks are sort of the norm today. So we'll just grab right behind the neck. I just have flat fingers right behind the neck, and we're just going to let our elbows fall, just like gravity. Work our hands, drag them around to the front and down. Of course, get real light when you come in the front. It's a very vulnerable, sensitive area, the front of the throat. So again, just embrace the back of the neck. You could use your whole hand here. It feels nice. And just let the weight of your arms drag your hands around, very soothing, warm, and gentle. Keep breathing nice and deep. And one last time, just grip the tissue in the back of the neck, lay your hands flat. And on an exhale, let the arms fall, dragging the hands forward, releasing the tension in the neck. And then you can bring your fingers right above your clavicles. Again, this is a very delicate area. You can see where this big muscle attaches, SCM, sternocleidomastoid. It's a mouthful, right? So kind of along there, just a real gentle pressure right over the clavicles, okay? The collarbones. And just rest your fingertips there and keep them there with that really gentle pressure as you bring your chin up, extending the neck back, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the front of the neck, the throat. You can let your mouth fall open if that feels good. And then slowly coming on back down. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed with this. Again, I'm sort of allowing the gravity to relax my arms down. So I'm sort of resting on top of my clavicles, okay? Nice and gentle. And if it feels too vulnerable to be so forward, just go out a little bit, just out a little bit in the clavicles, and you can relax your fingertips along and just let the pressure relax downward ever so gently. And again, you can try there, going slowly, extending the neck back, keeping the shoulders relaxed, opening the front of the throat, just as far as is comfortable, and slowly stacking the head back on the neck on the shoulders on the rib cage, everything nice and aligned. And of course, speaking of the shoulders, of course, we tend to hold a lot of tension there. They tend to go up to our ears. We wear them as earrings. So just take a whole hand here, get it on your upper traps, or really that whole top of the shoulder there. Just get a good grip. Wrap your whole hand around it. Feel the nice warmth of your hand, that pressure, and then just grip. Just squeeze all that tissue. Just grip it into your hand as much as you can and as much as feels comfortable. If you like a lot of pressure, you can squeeze harder. Breathe there. And then you can do a little release by gently, slowly releasing, rotating your neck side to side, real slow, only as far as feels comfortable. You'll feel a stretch. It might be intense, so take it easy and slow. And just side to side, breathing here, relaxing those shoulders down. Remember, pay attention to that opposite shoulder, that working shoulder, making sure it's not creeping up to the ears, right? Allow it to relax down and breathe. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling into the stretch. And then maybe just allowing the weight of your hand to sort of press down on the shoulder, and you could give it a little opposition stretch by gently bringing the opposite ear towards the shoulder and just feeling that nice long line of release from the neck down to the shoulder, and breathe. As you exhale, you might be able to stretch a little farther, deepening it ever so slightly. And then very slowly you can work your way back up. And we'll take it to the other side, and you may find that one side feels different from the other. It's very possible to store the past, to store emotions in one shoulder and not the other, interestingly. So again, a whole hand. Give your shoulder a hug, and then just give it a good squeeze. You know, that squeeze that feels so good on that upper traps, that levator scapula, all that tissue that gets tight. And just hold that, feel that sensation. Feel anything that comes up. Release. Slowly begin to move your head side to side. Gentle rotations, gentle stretch. Should all feel good. You're being kind to yourself. You're having compassion for yourself. You deserve that compassion. And actually having self-compassion makes you a much more functional, open-hearted, kind, creative, and just all around better human being. It really is amazing what some self-compassion can do. It goes a long, long way. It affects your relationships with others. It affects your health and well-being. And then resting your arm down so that you're putting some weight on that shoulder, pressing down with the hand gently, and an opposing stretch towards the opposite shoulder, just real gentle until you feel a nice release through the shoulder, the side of the neck, and breathe. Keep that opposite shoulder down. Don't let it creep up to the ear. Excellent. And then very slowly, gently coming on up. Really nice. Another place we like to hold emotion, of course, is the chest. In yoga, we might call it the heart center. Just put your hands over that place and breathe right into it. Fill it and let it go with the exhale. Feel the warmth of your hands. Feel the nurturing quality you give it. We can start to gently make circles on the pectoral muscles, working our way from the sternum out to the shoulder. So just gently moving the tissue as you go along. You can repeat. Just nice circles there. It should feel lovely, especially since we spend so much of our time in rounded positions over our tablets, our devices, our computers, hunched on the couch, in our cars, etc. And then if you're at a table, you can put your elbow down and just lean your body weight into your fist. So I'm making just a soft fist, placing my knuckles right on that soft tissue in the pectoral region, and then just leaning my body weight. If you don't have something to lean on in front of you, that's okay. You can just press, so you'll be pressing in more with your arm as opposed to leaning in more with your body weight. It's just a little easier, I think, on the arm and the hand and the shoulder to lean your body weight into it. And you might get a little bit of a deeper release this way. So just lean in there and breathe. Long exhale. And you can find another spot. You can even stretch the tissue out from the sternum to the shoulder. So I might start at the sternum and then breathe as the tissue releases towards the elbow. So I'm leaning sort of to the side this way so that my hand can move this way. If you don't have something to lean on, you'll just be pressing in that trajectory, taking that tissue towards the shoulder, if that makes sense. So just breathe there and allow it to release. No pushing it, no forcing it. If you'd like a little more, you can roll your shoulder. That might feel really nice. It'll stretch and move the tissue under your fingers until you get a nice release all the way to the shoulder. And then we can take it over to the other side. So just those nice little circles. Just opening the chest, opening the heart. Allowing any tension that's built up around that area to release. Any walls we've built around our hearts to soften and perhaps even crumble. And allowing our true selves to shine through. Whoa, that got deep. And then we can go a little bit deeper. Again, if you have a table, you can lean. If not, you just press in with your soft knuckles. Starting at the sternum, you can just stay in one place. If you have a table, leaning your body weight. And if you'd like to do that release going towards the shoulder, you lean in and you lean to the side as your hand moves to the opposite side, right? So I'm leaning forward and the opposite way that my hand, that trajectory, is moving towards my shoulder, just allowing it to move on its own. I'm not pushing it. It's just going as the tissue softens and releases. We can add those shoulder rolls if that's not too intense. If it is, just keep it still, but relaxed. And breathing here. Maybe you have a tender point. You want to just hang out and lean into that a little more. Not too much so that it hurts, but just enough so that it feels like it's a nice release. Breathe into it and let it go. And we'll just take a look at one more area that we tend to hold, store a lot of tension. A lot of our past might live in there, and that's our abdomen. A lot of times we might even get digestive issues from holding all of that emotion, all of that tension inside our abdomens. So first, just allowing your hands to rest on your belly. Sorry, I'm pushing my squeaky chair out of the way. Deep breath into the hands. Long exhale out. And we'll slowly take the hands out to the sides of the rib cage. Take a deep breath there. Fill the rib cage. You'll feel it move up and out. And then relax it in as you bring the hands across as far as they can go around you, giving yourself a hug. Just holding your belly. Showing yourself some love, some compassion. And inhaling, bring the arms out. Widen the rib cage. And exhale, soften, release. And give yourself a hug. Feel the warmth of your hands, of your arms. Feel it soothe your belly, and feel everything let go. And one more time, you might want to move your hands up or down. We can move them lower. And releasing. And giving a hug. Again, if you have any feelings or emotions coming up, just allow it. Don't attach a story to it, just let it go. Relax, release, breathe through it. I am present, I am safe, and release what no longer serves you. Roll your shoulders back. Give your neck a little roll, side to side. And most likely you'll need to practice this several times, maybe once a day. In the morning is a great time, or at night right before you go to sleep, just to wind down, clear your mind, empty out, and have good dreams and maybe better quality sleep. But keep practicing, keep letting go, and live better. Be in the moment, live in the present. Don't miss out on what's happening now. If you like this video, please do subscribe, click the like button, and comment below. Let me know how this worked for you. Hit the notifications bell so you know when my new videos are coming out. And please, I have a new membership. Click the join button below. Help me to make more content and support my channel. And you'll also get members only perks, which are really fun. I will see you next time.